All right, and welcome back to this little series designing the pen car body. So since the last time I have split the body in two pieces, like you've seen. I have created the seam that is going to go between the mold in order to attach the two body panels together. I have done the two buckets on the inside, one for the driver and one for the passenger that doesn't exist. That is going to be a place for just a sticker for the black interior. And I have done a different than the Ford T290 intake on the side, because I don't want to have the bulging air intakes on the sides. I want to have something a little bit cleaner and a little bit less distinctive as well, in order to keep what I explained before about more generic look. So now I am starting to work on the details of the car. I have done pretty much all of the different seams that the car is going to have for the body panels, and now I'm working on the lights in the front. This body is going to have light buckets in hard plastic, both for the front and the rear, because as much as I want to have a nice performing 112 pan body, like I said before, I want something scaled as well, which is I think a little bit lacking in the 112 department, except of course for those beautiful Tamiya bodies. So now I'm going to start working on the lights. This car has 4 lights buckets in the front, 2 on each wheel wells, 1 on each wheel wells should I say, and 2 in the middle of the nose of the car, and then there is 2 air intakes in the front of the car as well. So those Lolas, those 70s cars are really cool for the amount of details that they have. I really enjoy the look of them, the squarish aspect of everything, the fact that those were just manufactured differently than the things we have today. So now I'm working on the intakes for the fronts, which are going to be, those are not, they are going to be intakes as well as the, I forgot how it's called, it's the place for the pulling hook, removing the car from bad place. So I have those are going to be very simple because they're mainly going to be a sticker inside there. This kind of shape as well helps a lot, give strength to such a long nose of the car. So this kind of breakage in the shape helps to remove some of the flex in the bodywork as well. So the cars, the light buckets are going to be in plastic, but I'm going to have the seam on each of the lights. So this is going to be a little bit extruded, and then the light is going to be, the lens of the top of the light is going to be slightly recessed. So this is going to give a nice look directly onto the mold of the car. So once painted up, I think it's going to look pretty neat. Yes, so now the important part of the front is those vents on top of the wheel in the front. There are plenty of ways to do that. I tried with a first a copy along the line style that didn't work really too well, so I'm gonna end up doing it all by hand. Those, from the experience I've had doing them on the 128 bodies, those really increase seriously the downforce in the front. So I think those are going to give a really good amount of downforce in this car, knowing as well that for the FP car, for the SDR pan car, of course, the front of the car, the front wheels of the car on the floating end is mounted with the body. So the front end is moving together with the body. It's not the tires are not moving up and down inside the body. So the fact that there is this more downforce on top of the front wheels, I think is going to provide really a good amount of downforce in the front. And this as well, you can see, just makes all the front pop really. The aesthetic of the car just pops out a lot more with those vents design on the top. So you can see the rear, I haven't done anything yet on it. At the back over there is going to be the air intakes on each side, the placement for the air filters, as well as part of the engine sticking out. And then there's going to be placement for a hard plastic roll cage over there. So the two different backs of the cars are not sharing the design of the motor. I want them to be very different. You'll see that in the next video when I'm gonna show you the finished items and all the different parts that are that make this set of body. But so this is going to become later on a sticker, those two bulging parts with the basically the big air intake filters. And then at the center here, there's going to be a nice recessed bucket where part of the engine block is gonna stick out. So as well as giving some nice detail to this big flat panel at the back, similar to the air intakes in the front, those really make a big difference in the flex of the body, because instead of having a simple flat panel at the back, now there is some important shapes that are sticking in and out of it, that are removing a lot of the flex, and adds to that the roll cage and the two parts sticking together. Is going to be a very, very rigid body over there. So this is going to be a very nice, I think a very nice asset to the body itself, that is not only just scale for the sake of scale, it's quite functional as well. All right, so this is the passenger side of the car, of course. So inside that bucket, I'm going to design a very simple shape of chest, shoulder, arms, and safety belts or harness. There's going to be a mounting point for the helmet, which is going to be a hard plastic helmet, and there's going to be a steering wheel and little dashboard area as well. So it's going to be fairly simple, because the stickers, like I did on the back mono, are going to carry most of the details on it. But I think it's going to be pretty neat, and a good place as well to do the painting. So this is the second light buckets that are going to be, like I said before, in the middle of the nose. So there are two of them. I'm going to, like I did for the main lights, just project them on the body, and then just extrude a little bit the side of them, and then you'll see in the final design that there is some really nice light buckets that are sitting behind. So you're going to be able to put some LEDs both in the front and in the rear, and that's once again is going to provide a good amount of strength to the body. So I'm going to stop here today for that part, and I will come back with the final product in the next video. All right, everybody, cheerio.